Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a Monday novice fight. Yes, indeed, we shall be watching something a bit more novice-y. We shall be watching two of them go up against each other. We shall be watching Roulet fighting for the 81st Infantry Division, taking on the fight against, well, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that. We'll just call him C, fighting for the, I don't know, 4th Infantry Division. Starting, of course, up with the barracks, and again, sort of note right here, the starting position. Right in the middle of everything. We've got engineers standing about doing nothing. I mean, already there, some things, hopped off the chain. Or jumped off the chain. The chain jumped off the... Oh, that was a messed up metaphor. Anyways, I mean, usually, again, it's one trick to do again is basically, as soon as you start building that, pop up the tactical map like this, press numpad or press this little button, and sort of, select your unit and then queue up the actions, that way you don't have to manage so much. I mean, there's all these sort of tricks to help sort of reduce management. I mean, that's sort of one important aspect of the game. That's all those little tricks you can do to sort of ensure you don't have to do so much at the same time, allowing you to focus on the important matters. Infantry squad out there for Roulet. Pioneers heading for either side. Rather heavy advance, but again, you may usually want a bit close to the edge of the base. Usually either side where you want to really focus. And then sort of you won't have troops, waiting an awful lot of time to sort of get out onto the field. Plus it, of course, also serves as a forward reinforcement point. And again, also ensures you can actually enforce somewhere without, necessarily being, the number one target for artillery. So also vital, but of course, Roulet is doing that slightly more at the edge of the base. Lovely. Point right here being secured by the Volksgrenadiere. At watch, yes indeed. Stop posing for the camera, Jürgen. Keep an eye on the enemy. But see, sort of, again, heavy focus on the west side. I mean, on wrecked trains, of course, there's a different sort of in map. I mean, right-hand side is more resource plentiful, but of course it's also difficult to hold, whereas this one with its more buildings and other sorts of things, makes it much easier to actually hold in a defensive action. And of course, for some players, might of course go for that because, again, buildings provide safety. And there we go, pushing up the rifle towards the west side. Spots the MG. Does he push towards it? Yes, indeed, he rushes it. This is good. For some reason, again, there was nothing here, and he was sending in an MG-42 without actually having anything in front of it. A bit of a poor move right there by Roulet. And there we go, the MG-42 is in fact on retreat. He might even lose a gun, but right there, of course, there will be a slight advantage to see. Of course, now he needs to rush those Volksgrenadiers. And of course, one slight thing here, I mean, as soon as that happens, he should basically just stop moving them, because troops are more accurate when not moving. And of course, in particular against riflemen, you don't want them to sort of get close and the riflemen suddenly go, oh right, they're moving towards us, charge lads. You want sort of to keep them at bay, because again, that's where Volksgrenadiers function. So, just he should have stopped them here. And of course, now he sees actually makes a mistake. He doesn't move closer. I mean, he could easily move up towards here, still remain in light cover against the Volksgrenadiers. Certainly have a better advantage. So this fight is actually going to be won by Roulet's Volksgrenadiers. So that was not necessarily the best handling. Oh wait, rushing in with a large horde from the rear. Now Roulet is actually forced to retreat. MG-42 moving in. Bike on the way. Volksgrenadiers need to retreat again. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. And there go MG-42 setting up in a much better position. Bike arriving. Rather interesting. He might do that, of course, to provide some line of sight. There we go. Cautious advance from Roulet. I said cautious. Don't charge in with the bike. It's a bike, not a Schwimmwagen. Less maneuverable and a lot less health. MG-42 setting up again. Has to be careful this time, though. He might be able to set it up in time before the rifle get too close. And there we go, just getting shot up by heavy fire from the support gunners, the MG and the bike. Rifleman here getting suppressed. They actually stopped up in front of it. And oh, rifleman scored down right there again. C should have retreated. Again, it comes down to that old, know when to retreat, know when to fold. And again, why was he moving about two engineers too close to each other and one do nothing? Not really good initial handling there by C. He ought to have, either been taking points over here, that would have worked nicely. Spread them out, or mined, or wired, or something. Instead, he's got two engineers standing out. Not entirely sure what they're up to. Square dancing, for all I know. And of course, now he just seems to have sort of happened caught up here by the fuel points, sort of wondering what to do with them. And of course, he's already rather swiftly losing ground. And of course, he's already lost one rifleman squad within the first 5 minutes. That again is not necessarily a rather comforting sight. And of course, he might even lose some engineers. Of course, in this case, he should just retreat. And there we go. Get the other chaps out of there. And there we go. Retreating in good time this time around. More riflemen on the way. And oh my goodness, I mean, Voulet's only got 3 units out from this, and he's floating a ton of resources he ought to be spending. I mean, either I would recommend sending some more full guns to sort of get up to the at least bare minimum, but at least probably 3 full guns, I'd say. And of course, you could also be taking up, but again, he's just floating a ton of manpower. This is absolutely ridiculous, and certainly something you should always train towards working on. I mean, again, if you've got a ton of manpower, don't know what to do with it, just start training units. You'll figure out, of course, what works and doesn't work. Just, you know, use manpower, spend it, build stuff, upgrade stuff, train stuff. Something, just do not float manpower. In the name of all that is holy. And of course, now he's lost the bike, he's lost the pioneer squad. Again, there's nothing happening. He's not training more units. Now he's tank trapping, and he's even got to mine them. But for what reason is quite beyond my reckoning. A 3rd squad out. Riflemen here should in fact just retreat. They're getting gunned down, murdered, slaughtered, eviscerated out into the open fields. And there we go. Taking up, getting a squad of full gunners. At least that's spending some of the manpower. And of course now the MG's getting flanked because again he doesn't even have enough troops to actually guard this properly. Now he's going to have behind only 1 squad of full gunners with very, very low health, which is also getting retreated. So another one ready. Another squad would work, or a sniper, an MG, but preferably something more. Also some pioneers for when they... No, he's just retreating the pioneers. Still again, floating all that manpower, not good. Need to reinforce this, and full gunners can't really do much. Americans are holding up here. These, again, also something to know, again, is know when to retreat, know when to sort of, again, keep things down to cap a bit. I mean, these troops are basically in a terrible condition. They should not be at the front line. At the most, they should be securing this territory, but they should be retreating within minutes to get reinforced and be put into a proper combat form. And again, he's got 2 squads this low on health, and these full guns will basically be able to mop them up with their MP40s. This is absolutely bad form right there by sea. Not looking good. The buildings will provide some safety, in particular since, of course, they actually decrease damage taken by MP40s, but the additional full guns, of course, will mean this won't be a safe place. This is not sanctuary. This is target practice for the full grenadiers. Supply it up. More riflemen moving up. Again, these need to retreat, otherwise that's going to be a waste of manpower. I have no idea why C insists on keeping them there. This is, I mean, a lesson in gross futility and waste of manpower. And there we go, already 1 squad lost. And this might also go down as well. In fact, he just lost 2 squads of full grenadiers. Again, you do not, you know, keep them in combat situation like that when they should be retreating. Again, know when to retreat. An important skill. In fact, running into the house right as the full gunners are hunting them down, actually causing them huge losses. And there's a sniper nearby. I have no idea why he insists on doing that. Kriegberg's up, 4 Boulet, pack on the way. Riflemen here need to retreat. Get them out of there, you madman, you lunatic. Riflemen trying to flank the MG here. Possibly the sniper, I'm not sure. But they need to get out. And then we go actually rushing in nicely because, again, Volet doesn't actually have a lot of units either, and some of them are not in really good condition either, but that's bloody close. Get them out of there. See, you daft bastard.
We are losing ground.
More riflemen. Oh, goodness, just get those riflemen back and reinforced and get a medic station up to at least sort of help work a bit with all those casualties, because I mean that's also something I'd certainly recommend to all those novices. Get a medic bunker or medic station if possible, because again you're probably going to suffer a lot, and medic stations or medic bunkers will certainly help a bit initially to sort of, you know, minimize the overall damage. Got pack ready. Kampfkraft sent on the way. Grenadiers, veterans on the way. That's not bad. Flammenwerfers. Thank The heavens, he actually retreated those chaps. And we are seeing airborne, he's going airborne, he's probably doing it because he can then drop in airborne. I mean, they are the toughest American infantry, have the most health, and they largely also get the same sort of, something close to elite armor, just with a few minor differences. Still, I suppose not bad, not the most damage dealing, but they can absorb more. Although I think I would have preferred Rangers. Oh well. Now, of course, question is what will he do as Voulais pushes forwards with full Skirmishes, and MG42 covering it all. Taking up point line to fire again. Not good. You know, maneuver into cover. Skirmishes advancing up here rather than holding up in the building. Advancing up here with a large force. Grenades. Stielgranate. Through the windows, blowing up the truck they're hiding behind. Volkswagen charging at the Riflemen. The Riflemen are not retreating. Although the Volkswagen were a bit slow about it, took heavy losses in the process. But again, the Riflemen need, and they are lost again. C needs to work on retreating. He, of course, also needs to work on management. But again, that seems to be him for him, probably, you know, keeping track of everything that's going on. And the airborne aren't really doing much to assist. Grenadiers still actually get blasted a bit there and are forced away. Now, of course, the MG is left, and the airborne, of course, can't charge at it unless, of course, they fancy getting mauled. And these Riflemen again need to retreat. Retreat. Please retreat. You do. There we go. And again, he's also got a lot of units over here doing nothing. Again, I mean, don't come up next to point. It's not achieving much except presenting a nice artillery target. Voulais' infantry lining up for another assault for the glorious Fatherland. A bunker going out for Voulais. Perhaps a medic bunker. That would be a nice move. Airborne achieving nothing. Again, he's got a ton of units standing out. Not doing anything. Looks like some retreating. Again, floating resources as well. Again, are not good. Pushing in from several angles. Spotting the pack. Not entirely sure what he's hoping to achieve here. I mean, he's taking heavy losses with the riflemen already. He needs to retreat them. And there we go, but of course he could now end up losing them on the retreat because again they've already taken too much damage charging in, but no. Bloody close, looks like he might actually make it. That's whilst not resulting in a fully lost squad. A bit of firing going on here. Not able to get the most exposure on the full Grenadiers. In fact, now they're moving, might actually going towards some sort of attack. Or retreat.
We've lost a unit.
And then Rifleman squad again lost. I mean, C is having trouble managing it all, and he's just losing units left and right. And a tank depot up. That might work, but of course again he needs to reinforce. And all other things. And he needs more infantry. There we go, tank depot. Troops reinforcing. Securing the victory point right there. In fact, looks like Voulais has yet to actually bother securing even a single one. That's not necessarily a good move. Germans are advancing, medic bunker up, so that's nice. Something going on there could be taking up. More airborne popping in. Bit expensive infantry. They do cost a bit in maintenance as well. Or upkeep. But now they are there. All seems to quieten down a bit. Mines going down for Voulais. Victory points being secured, actually. That's nice. Bloody nice. But let's speed this up a bit. Well, not as for this recall, rather the airborne are using. I don't actually think it saw a lot of usage as such. Not entirely sure it was that effective, actually, in the longer run. So I don't think actually it had more penetration, for example, than the bazooka, as it is portrayed here, in fact. But could be wrong. Could be wrong, I won't deny that. Though usually the airborne were equipped with a bit more than just M1 carbines. Lots of flamethrowers, folks, moving in. Have to be a bit careful they don't get burned. lining up for some sort of assault. There we go, wire cut and pushing through there. Of course, he has to be careful with this sort of, again, blowing up. As you know, it only takes one MG to stop it all, rather bloodily. Charging into the MP40, something you have to be careful with. Those are automatic weapons, although the Volkswagen is suffering heavily. Medics moving in to pick up the wounded. Volkswagen squad, in fact, could go down. Sniper could also go down. Looks like the Volkswagen actually make it out of there. And even the sniper, MG stops it all. That was close, but Sandy, again, perhaps in some cases you've just stopped to shoot more accurately. Now he needs to retreat. Come on, Volley. C. Retreat. I suspect he's trying to get the Sherman out, which you can't get now. Instead, the airborne with full recoilless rifle. Goodness, charge in, force the MG away, but stormtroopers arrive, the Stoßtruppen. More elite units from the Fusilier Battalion, I imagine, with assault rifles and whatnot. And now, of course, there really wasn't anything on purpose for this, just charge in, and now, of course, it was easily send off a single squad of stormtroopers and a few grenadiers. Did a bit of damage to the pack, to the medic bunker. That was largely it. But we are seeing a Sherman on the way. That's going to happen. Of course, in the meanwhile, Voulais is making progress. That is good. He's advancing. He's taking points. That is good. And C is quickly lining up for a counter-assault to try and actually gain some territory this time. And Sherman is ready. The M4 Sherman. Grenadiers getting hunted down. Stormtroopers snaking up for an assault on the west flank. Grenadiers need to retreat. Come on, Voulais. There we go. Schnell, schnell. Squad down, though. A bit too late. Volkswagen is moving up. Again, he's blobbing up. Seems to be all he knows. Again, he needs to work on, spreading out, managing more at the same time. Small steps, but, don't blob up. Troops are getting suppressed. Lots of assault weapons. And I suspect we could even see Volkswagen squad could go down. Airborne need to retreat, actually. And there we go. One squad of Volkswagen down. Airborne again. Retreat, retreat. Lost, in fact. Again, he should have retreated faster. Geballte Ladung. Oh my goodness, just tears through other airborne. Although the stormtroopers themselves are taking quite the punishment. And the Sherman has yet to do anything. But there we go. Squad of Volkswagen down. Volkswagen, stormtroopers, grenadiers. In fact, he's lost all infantry. Well, that's unfortunate. More stormtroopers arriving. Veterans E2, that's good. That is good. Again, though, need to retreat when your troops are depleted and you have nothing like that to really reinforce them. Retreat! Or you're just going to waste all the progress you made in killing off the enemy. And there we go. Air engineers killed. Bartman could be next. He's yet to actually really secure any territory. Now the Sherman advances without any sort of real infantry support. What a damn shame. Moves in against the stormtroopers, though. Catches the bastards out in the open. Ooh, nice hit. Pack is not moving. In fact, it's pointing in the very, very wrong direction. Grenadier squad reformed, so that's nice for the medic bunker. And there's nothing here to really help. Pack sneaking in. But again, heavy losses on both sides. Though I'll lose a bit of unfortunate, unit preservation, in particular from C, but certainly also just, not moving in time from Voulais. And troops here just getting smashed by the Sherman. Pack still moving forwards. Then he's moving up with a Panzerschreck. And there we go. Stop the pack. Stop the pack. You could hit the pack in the rear. The Sherman in the rear. And there we go. Nice hit. Down to half health. Veterans one, though, for the Sherman. That's going to help. He stops up, and that could, in fact, be rather fatal. Allowed the pack to get off enough shots to sort of finish it off. But there we go. The pack actually has been outmaneuvered. The rifle has not been moving up to assist. That's a huge miss. Sniper nearby, though. And the Sherman should just have escaped, but no. Instead, it's wrecked. And becomes a part of the scenery. That was a bit of a shame. And now, for some interesting reason, Volet is relying on grenadiers, not calling more storm. And he's floating 1,000 manpower and a 300 fuel. Again, do not do that. If you're really that unsure what to do, you spend on them, just spend it. Build stuff, something again. It's better to do something and learn from it than doing nothing and learning nothing at all. I mean, you don't have to be successful all the time, but if you don't do anything, you're never going to learn anything. More storms calling in. We didn't even call in a Stu 42 and just wreak havoc. He could also build a Sturm army, since I know he with his to get their solar jacks have to have the 3rd tier.
One of our sectors has been
But it just doesn't seem to be happening. You could even get LMGs for his grenadiers.
ready for anything.
Come on.
Ready, grenadiers.
Spend your resources fully in the name of the 81st Infantry Division. Another Sherman out, that's nice. Another pack, that's also nice. Speeding things out again a bit. Stuff dropped in. Recruit a mortar, that's not necessarily bad either. Oh, direct hit on a pack. Or semi-direct. Sniper they're moving up, getting a nice hit on the mortar. Airborne need to advance quickly, schnell. Well, fast. Quickly. Sherman charges in. Mortar though decrewed rather swiftly. Sherman already taking a few hits from the Panzerschreck. Trying to clear out the MG. Nothing happening really here, no advance. Forces reinforcing back at base. MG on the run from the law. Well, not quite. There we go, connecting with the frontal arm of the Sherman. The Panzerschreck does alright. Volker's moving up with the Panzerfaust from the rear. Oh dear, hiccups. There we go, though. Slight success on the western front, but the pack's getting recruited. The Sherman needs to pull back again. It's below half health. It's done its job. It needs to get repaired, which of course also means that C needs to get some engineers out. Medics continue to pull in the wounded. That's good. Still floating a ton of resources again, and not good. Again, both players are, which is a bit peculiar. In particular, again, manpower should not be floated unless you know exactly what to use it for. More airborne popping in. I think he would be better off not just getting, airborne, but, getting more rifle and getting some Browning automatics for them. Mortar recruit as well. Doing a bit of damage to the Grenadiers. And there we go, calling in the Sturmhaubitze 42. Looks like the grenades are moving out on the flank. And a grenade, actually a mine goes off, interestingly enough. Not sure what caused that. And there we go, using the sniper a bit. He's actually kept the sniper quite alive. That's nice, and enough there's been no counter sniper out from C. And again, Sherman not repaired. That's going to get knocked out in short order. There we go, in fact. So all of a sudden, C is a lot more vulnerable. Only got a few recoilers around to try and stop the Stu 42. Not entirely sure that's going to work. And there we go, the Stu 42 blasts off a large howitzer round. And the mortar's actually not yet moved away. A few airborne, but again they get blasted, they get sniped. And the mortar's not achieving much. Killing the occasional unfortunate person. A few recoilless rounds left behind. In fact, looks like a squad got evaporated. And no, they're actually still in the fight, but have yet to be retreated. And a mine goes off. Again, mines are nice, as long as you don't hit them. And there we go, finally retreating. Get that mortar out of there as well. Some light work here on the flanks. Rifle were not sent to fight. Storms moving about here, securing the victory point there. That mortar did alright, and looks like the mortar, in fact, itself, the crew at least, did not survive. And the grenadier secured a college rifle just in case it might come in handy. But again, C's suffering ever so heavily. Partly due to some terrible unit preservation and a slightly larger reliance on airborne. Not saying you shouldn't use it, but I mean they should not be your primary infantry unit in a case like this. And again, you really should have gotten some medic station and some BARs for your riflemen, I would have said. To them directly if I could. And sending in some engineers against stormtroopers. I mean, he must know these are stormtroopers equipped with assault rifles, so why he sends them in is beyond me. That just seems like cruel. I'd like to resort on someone getting shot through the face and then stumped with a jackboot. Rest of the force moving up there. Lots of airborne right in here, absorbing all the attention. Snipers are opening up as well. Come on, airborne, knock it out. And Voulaire's not bothered repairing his own stew. I mean, as he learned nothing from his opponent. Fence getting blown up. Grenadiers firing away with their own recoilless rifle now secured. Although the Wehrmacht did have its own, much larger though, 88mm. That's alright, I think. Although not exactly man-portable. And there we go, the advance goes in against the airborne. Oh, blitz assaultment. And I think we actually seen grenades from the American all of a sudden. Although all those grenades against one squad is, mildly put, excessive.
We are losing territory.
If not downright lunacy. Of course, now there's two advances with grenadier support, still no LMG for them. Tiger arrives, that's pretty much the end. No veterancy with the armor though, again he should consider that. The fight continues. Where is the Tiger? Why is he not moving in the Tiger to deal with this? And why is he not retreating the Stu-42 for repairs? And there we go, Stu-42 down, an absolute waste of armor. The Grenadiers continue their relentless assault. And there we go, grenade against him, and he's not even moving. And there we go, of course, move away from pineapple grenades. I mean, he just lost 5 grenadiers and gave these riflemen veterancy too. Again, poor handling, I think, right there by Voulaire. And again, why that Tiger was not moving to support is beyond me. In fact, he's sending it on its own into the American space. That is not good at all. That is pretty dangerous and most likely to result in a lot of sticky bombs and basically an immobilized Tiger and then a wrecked Tiger. Sniper though looks to be overrun. He might even die. And for reasons that's a bit inexplicable to me, he's actually only equipping the assault stormtroopers with one assault rifle upgrade. He's not saying, you know, get full assault rifles on them. Base getting blasted, Sherman not having any of that. Now the airborne retreating. Supply are gone, that's going to hurt. See a bit on the manpower already. Anti-tank gun dropping in. And there we go, Tiger a bit hit. And the airborne continue their hunt. Although I doubt they will be very successful. Sherman moves up on the right hand side. No Fox Grenadiers are left. And the Grenadiers have yet to be reinforced, I think. Oh, there we go, actually. Still no veterancy for the armor. Oh, there we go as well. Sherman suffering, going straight out of pack. Not really good. But since it hit a mine, which actually means the pack has a larger chance of knocking up. But no, the Sherman succeeds against all odds. That's nice, but where's the support? There's none. I mean, that Sherman could be knocked out in short order, for example, say, these Grenadiers with a recoilless rifle and a Panzerschreck. I mean, that Sherman is as good as target practice. Come on, Jungs. And there we go, the recoilless rifle scores a kill in the name of the fatherland.
Now!
Another one dropped, airborne again, need to retreat. Squad lost, in fact it was the veterans who won squad that was lost there, and the recoilless rifle dropped. Let us return to C, who keep struggling. Another airborne squad about to join the airborne division in the sky. The invisible one. With jetpacks. Which of course doesn't exist. Panzer Commander, that's interesting. Anti-tank and exposed. The support gunner down. Storms advancing. And the gunner looking a bit unhappy about having to drag that heavy thing. We'll roll though a bit of lack of aggression on the Wehrmacht player's side. Of course, on the unit preservation department thing. Tiger actually going to get repaired, that's great. Nothing going on from the Panzer Command. He's actually calling in more stormtroopers.
100 points.
57 crew, ready for order.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Tank traps. These particular ones are called Dragon's Teeth.
Territory out of supply.
If you were curious, there was... And there goes the stormtroopers turning into the airborne, doing quite nicely. Still only one upgrade of them, though, but still going to do all right against the airborne. And I doubt the airborne will win that one.
We're down to 50 points.
Rifleman moving in to assist. Still no Browning automatics for C. Will there be a grenade here? Nope. And there we go, grenade, but it's simply going to be too late and not really well placed either. I mean, usually when you're throwing grenades, you usually want to sort of predict where they're moving. Which is certainly a bit more tricky, but usually, I mean, it's going to pay off more than just throwing where they are. Ordering your troops to sort of target the unit, because, I mean, sometimes you'll just miss. I mean, if there's a horde moving in, then yes, you can throw at the unit specifically. Otherwise, I mean, it's always generally best to sort of try and hit the path you think they're moving in. And now popping in some airborne. Hoorah!
We're down to 25 points.
23 points left.
Airborne has hit the field.
And a grenade, a granate. Stormtroopers, of course, just moved past that. And tear into the airborne with glee. And that is pretty much GG right there.
Airborne ready for duty.
And game over, yes I know. A sort of low end novice fight, but still some things there were important. Again, the sort of problem with floating resources again. If you're having unsure what to do, just spend resources, just train units, just build stuff, use stuff. I mean, again, you'll get the hang of it that way rather than doing nothing at all and sort of hoping it will fix itself. It won't. Unit preservation again, know when to retreat. Again, if your units are below half health, lower number, retreat. I mean, unless, of course, the opposing unit is worse off. Don't run about with, again, low health units that should be retreated at the front line. Again, don't do that. Mines, but while there were some mines from Voulet, that probably helped a lot. But of course, also overall, he had some more superior unit preservation, and the choice of airborne in this case, just to get airborne infantry in and do something, is not necessarily good. If you really need something like elite infantry to sort of buff things up, get rangers as the Americans. Otherwise, you know, get some BRs, get some grenadiers early on, then you can consider getting airborne. But I mean, something, not just pop him in airborne because you can. So there you go. Do hope you learned something. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.